Chris Hutson on the right, Javin Whatley on the left. We'll start with Justin and then Michael.
So I guess question for both of you guys, when you were exploring your options in the portal, why did you guys choose Arizona?
I'd say like the vibe I got from Coach Wade, Coach Brennan, and all the offensive staff. I like the vibe they gave me. They made me feel comfortable. So I just felt like this was the best opportunity for me.
What about you, Chris?
Coach Bobby was a big factor in me coming here. Just the overall characteristic about him. Obviously, he played in the league for 8 years, so he has the knowledge of what it takes to be in the NFL. And I just want to be a sponge and soak it all in, so I can get prepared for the NFL.
Hey, Chris, how would you summarize your college journey from Oregon to Washington State?
Oh man, it's been a mountain, man. It's up and down, man. Coming from Oregon to Washington State to here, obviously, that's 3 schools, and a lot of people always ask, how do you feel about transferring 3 schools? Well, my vision is, you gotta do what make you happy, and at the end of the day, you gotta move where you're needed, and that's what I did, and I just kept the wheel rolling, and that's about it.
Michael and then Troy.
Hey, Javin, coming from Chattanooga up to the FBS Power 4 level here, what was your mindset as you came to this school?
I would say I had the same mindset because football is football. So the same goals I had at my old school, I have the same goals here. I obviously want to help the offense and help the team however I can, just be like beneficial. So like I say I had the same mindset for everything.
Were you confident that you would fit in right away, that there wouldn't be that big of an adjustment period coming from that level to this level?
Oh yes, sir. I was very confident in myself and also confident with Coach Dagy's style, and I just felt like this was the best thing for me.
What?
In terms of your guys' relationship, for both of you guys, just how's that been developing, not only on the field but off the field, and as you guys have run throughout spring football?
Noah's a great quarterback. Start there. He's a great quarterback, and most importantly, he's a great person. Outside of football, we hang out a lot, us as a receiver group, and he's tagging along with us. And it's just the vibe with him. The connection we have with him on the field. He's a leader also. He leads the offense the right way, and we behind Noah.
He pretty much summed it up. Noah's a great person. Like when I first met him, I felt comfortable with him, and everything been smooth since.
Another question for both of you guys. I think you're both track runners too, from a track background. How much did that sport help you guys develop your speed?
Track helped me a lot, because where I come from, like in Georgia, speed is like a big thing. Like everybody take track meets serious, so like having that ability to like run track and also play football, it just carried on over to the football field.
Yeah, also the transition, going from track to football, it'll also help you, when you're out in the open field, got to open up the stride and everything like that. So it does translate a lot to football, and, it gives you a different type of explosion.
And I guess for Javin, without hating on Chattanooga a little too much, how would you compare like the facilities and just kind of the resources that you have here in comparison to there?
I mean, Chattanooga also has like some nice things, but I would say like there's like some things that are different based on like the program and like the division of things. Like, so I wouldn't say it's like too much of a crazy difference, but it's a difference. Like,
and what are some of those differences?
Like I would say like some of the resources, and that's pretty much it.
So Chris and then Michael.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, just your thoughts on Tucson, and then have you guys had a chance to try any good Mexican food yet?
Oh yes, Tucson. Tucson is a great city. I love Tucson, better than where I came from. I came from the cold, -5 degrees and everything like that. But I love Tucson, nice weather. The Mexican food is amazing. I'm from California, so I love Mexican food.
Yeah, I'm from Georgia, so it's always humid and hot. You step outside, you can't breathe. So like the air out here is amazing. I haven't seen nothing like it. And seeing like cactuses every day and palm trees, I've never seen that. And like mountains everywhere. So the scenery is just beautiful. Like, love it.
Yeah, we love it here.
We'll go Michael and then Justin.
I have one question for each. For Javin, you were a quarterback in high school.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? How has that helped you as a wide receiver, that experience?
I feel like playing quarterback, so in high school, it helped me become a leader. And I would also say like it helped me know like what everybody's going on, because I still have a quarterback mindset. So when I'm playing receiver, I also look to read the defense as well and like know what everybody else has like to do. So I would say like it helped me like overall with like how I play as a receiver and how I view the field.
And for Chris, you mentioned that you're at your third school, so you've transferred a couple times. How have you handled the process of kind of integrating into the team, getting to know people, that sort of thing?
Obviously, you know, it's a new journey. Every time you start with somewhere new, it's been great so far. You know, meeting new people, different connections. You know, even after football, you know, when we done with football, there's certain connections you make with certain people throughout your lifetime that you can, you know, go off of, and you can be very successful in life just based off the connections. And that's where I really wanted to take advantage of. It's the connections that, you know, where I go from school to school, not just going by, getting through, you know, actually talking to people, making connections, making stuff work, knowing that I have a life after football. So that's one of the main things I was really working on, that I'm still working on today, you know, going from school to school, knowing it's my last year, so I want to really crack down on the connection and getting to know everybody and their background.
Are you going to be in grad school coming year?
So I'm going to be graduating in this fall.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost a couple credits coming here from Washington State, and you know that sucks, but got to keep it pushing. Yes, sir.
Justin?
Javin, how'd you get the nickname Nunu?
I get that question a lot, but I got the nickname because when I was a baby, my papa and my mom and everybody called me Snoop Snoop. And my older brother, he was like 1 or 2 at the time, he would say Nunu, so they just changed it to Nunu.
So how do you spell that?
N-U-N-U.
And then tell us about like life growing up in Rock Barn, Georgia, because I think it's between Atlanta and Birmingham, right?
I think so.
Okay.
It's a very small city. It ain't really much to do. So like the most we would do is like go to the field or play sports. Like that's what we looked at as fun. So it wasn't really much to do but get work in.
Chris?
Coach Brennan mentioned that T-Mac is here this weekend. Have you guys had a chance to talk to him, kind of learn about his career here and just pick his brain as he prepares for the draft?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we seen him around the facility. Introduced ourselves to him. Well, I played against T-Mac and Noah when I was in high school. When I was at Bosco, they was at Servite, so I kind of already know his little background or whatever. I know him, but yes, I love to pick his brain. You know, obviously he's going through that process, and that's where me and Newton was trying to go next year. So obviously, yeah, we picking his brain and seeing what's the process like and what are the questions being asked in the interview, so we'll be prepared for the league.
He summed up everything.
We'll go Justin and Michael.
And then Chris, did you grow up in Compton?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about your background growing up and what brought you to football.
You know, I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. I grew up in Compton, California. Football was a big deal in my family. My uncle went to West Virginia, University of West Virginia, and played football. I had a chance to go to the league, but ended up getting hurt. So, you know, I kind of envisioned myself being in that spot and having a chance to change my family life and everything. Coming from a city where it's, you know, it's not easy to make it out. There's a lot of struggles, but you got to find a way, and that's what I did, and that's what I'm continue trying to do. Find a way to get my family to a better spot, and it's kind of hard going up in Compton, but you know it's hard everywhere, so you got to keep it pushing.
And what were some of the challenges that you faced growing up, and when did you, I guess, have that realization that maybe football can be used as a vehicle to get out of it?
When I was at a very young age, I realized that football is going to you know, changed my life and my family's life. I want to say around like 10 years old, man, when I really start playing my dad, when I start realizing that my dad is actually spending time out his day out of work to take me to practice. And that's why I'm like, okay, I got to take this serious. So it was about around that time.
More questions? All right, that's our time. Thank you.